who stated that the spiritual items, the miracle water, the soap and coal, they are no longer for sale.
They're no longer for sale.
Yes.
Up VDM.
And then he laid curses on anybody who tries to sell the product moving forward.
Wow.
So we'll take a listen to this one.
I want to now make you people clear tonight. I want to now make you the spiritual items are not for sale. The spiritual items are not for sale. And anybody out there sell these spiritual items to you, I will lay curse on them. I will lay curse on them. Because it's not for sale.
Okay, so that's
As Pastor
that's
Jeremiah.
Pastor Jeremiah there.
What
caused the 360, please? What? Why? Because we know that this was not his
Initial
body language, or even action. This was beyond body language. Everything was for sale, including, we saw the video now of a hook.
He came out to do video too now with his wife, Abi Stormy-Sis.
So, is it fair to say that VDM was the cause of this? VDM is what got him to do 360. And then maybe Pastor Abel.
Yes.
Maybe some people in the ministry, maybe there was a round table and they discussed the new developments.
Which ministry? His ministry. That he's the general overseer of.
Then they get people now. That they get
those people did not have anything. They didn't say anything wrong with it when he was selling it. It was when there was now all of a sudden.
I really think that none of them actually thought it was going to blow out the way it did, negatively. It became negative publicity for him
because
somehow.
VDM got involved and made it an issue. So I think let's give VDM his flowers.
For this one.
Yes. He played a role. You can argue that it was not solely him, but the fact that he championed, even when they threatened him with a lawsuit and court and everything, he still went on to take the water to the deaf people to see whether
I'm sure
it
he's
will
laughing
work.
in the corners of his room. Maybe when he came across this, he was just laughing at what?
Come on.
But I would say that this is a good point that VDM has scored in recent times,
It is.
Aside this one, there was another one.
Where he helped somebody retrieve their money.
Yes, so...
And then the wine situation as well, the fake production of wine.
Yes,
he wasn't the one that discovered it now. He just talked about it.
Oh, okay.
I think
he just talked about it.
He just talked about it.
Yeah, he saw the video and then he
talked about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So great one. Yeah.
All right, we can take a listen to Pastor Abel Damina now. The Honest Bunch podcast, it was there. Even though some people in the comment section were of the opinion that any pastor that, goes for these podcasts, or they accept the invitation to go for this podcast or paid to go for this podcast regardless, that we should not take them serious.
Why? Why do people feel so?
Know. Pastor Damina was one of the, maybe not one of the pastors. He had something to say about this whole Prophet Jeremiah thing and selling water,
and
right?
Then
and other pastors and all the things because I remember we talked about it and Kebuki said that he should focus on his own message instead of focusing on other pastors and their own. Can we listen to that now?
Okay, let's see.
When I started ministry, become born again. He had not been born again when I started. He was still in Sele. What God cannot do does not exist. It's not the truth. People think I'm jealous of Jeremiah. Jeremiah is by far it's not about sentiment. It's about knowing what the truth is. I believe in miracles. I believe in healing. But not this RNG that we're seeing today.
Are you saying the miracles are RNG?
Can't you see most of those crutches are all the same color? They're all brand new. In what world will people come for a crusade and all of them are carrying the same brand of crutches? Why are you asking for tithe? If you read the book of Acts, nobody paid tithe to anybody. Jesus didn't pay tithe. Jesus didn't receive tithe. All the disciples of Jesus had professions. So all of this idea that because God has called you, you must resign your job. I don't know where they're bringing it from because it's not Bible. That I was a master in that gospel. Some of them is my template they're using.
Yes, because there are videos of you saying that if you don't pay your tithes, divorce will come for you.
I was Baba.
So when did this change? Did your format cast?
It was a gospel that started by saying, men of God should not be poor because God is not poor. And it started making sense. And then we started seeing some men of God raising money and living better. So we also wanted to
yeah.
Okay, so
so that's what he had to say. And then, of course, the tithe part caught, lots of attention by netizens who are of the opinion that finally somebody has said it, that you don't necessarily have to pay your tithes to the church and all that you can use it for something else. And there's another video that surfaced online about a woman who decided to use her tithes
I think I
to
saw
cook
it. Yeah.
for
I saw that video, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So
I think I like what this is, what this does. I like the fact that there's conversations going on as against people just swallowing what one person tells them, hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah.
I like that we're having different voices, all of them men of God. He even said that he used to preach the gospel of tithes, the gospel of prosperity, until he got to the point where he decided, I don't know why, maybe if we watch the full podcast we'll see that he changed and started not preaching that. So it's good for people to know that sometimes, as much as some of these things are in the Bible, there can be men of God who exploit those teachings for their own personal prosperity, to get monies out of you. And it would be good for you to critically analyze. Religion is such a, I don't know, touchy thing, because everybody, when it comes to religion, people just want to believe. It's faith. It's not by works. It's by faith. You just believe it because they say believe. But there's a place of thinking too, and I think that's what his portion of all of this is bringing. Yes, there's faith in religion and you have to believe, sometimes even blindly, but there's also knowing the fundamentals of your religion, so that somebody does not take your naivety and your ignorance and uses it to enrich themselves when you just continues to remain in poverty. I just like this. I like that there are different voices and people are saying different things, and at the end of the day you figure out which one best aligns with the type of religion or the type of conviction in your religion that you want to have.
All right.
We have the video of the woman, by the way, that used her tithes to cook food for the less privileged on Facebook. You can go check it out. And that's a lot of food.
That's a lot, too.
I'm sure her tithes must be a lot.
Plenty of money.
Her pastor will not like this. Her pastor will be angry. Imagine all the things he will do with this. Honestly,
Okay, like they say now, the tithes don't go to the pastor, it goes to God.
Which
God,
that's what they say. The tithe is for the work of the
God,
Lord.
Man.
It's for the work of God.
This is also the work of the Lord. Good works. All right, we're going to watch this video and some pictures, I guess. This one is about a guy who has reportedly dumped his girlfriend after she convincingly delivered a stellar performance in her costume during the Rag Day event in her school.
So there's a video. There are clips. Okay, so go check the clips out. Facebook Live.
So
we have the video on Facebook now. Yes. Splash FM 1055 live. I saw this out.
When I saw this, even I'm like,
she looked mad.
Like